Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. Get ready to watch woke ICE protesters try debating and fail spectacularly. Grab your popcorn because this is political chaos at its finest. First up, an ICE protester searches her soul, the sun, and possibly the afterlife before deciding Trump's biggest crime is giving her the ick.
What's the number one issue that you guys are upset about?
The bigot in the chair.
What's the worst thing Trump's done so far?
Let's see, where do I start? I think, obviously, I feel like the top thing... Oh my god, wait. The whole thing with, like, immigration, I think, is probably, like, my biggest, like, ick, I guess, if you want to call it. I don't really know what to say. You know, everything that he's doing, like, financially with, like, the government funds, military funds, everyone... Sorry, I'm just sorry. I'm in latex right now.
Yeah, I get it. I'm in long sleeves, so it's pretty hot out here today.
There's a legal way of doing things, and there is an illegal way of doing things. People that are here illegally, they came here for economic opportunities, and they should just get in line like everybody else.
Yeah. Do you agree with that, what he's saying?
Sorry, I'm a minute. Venus, I need to get...
Yes, so...
Put her out, y'all. Simple question, put her out. Tapping out.
If immigration is your biggest concern, you'd expect at least one coherent reason to follow. Instead, we get aesthetic discomfort and theatrical distress. This isn't civic engagement, it's performance art. Strong opinions, zero preparation, and a bonus scene proving that ideology doesn't always survive basic questioning. Moving right along, we learn Obama deportations were apparently invisible, gentle, and wrapped in rainbows, unlike Trump's, which caused instant generational trauma.
Deportations of illegal migrants, what's your thoughts?
I think that the tactics that are being used by the Trump administration are particularly harsh. I don't think that they will stand up to the test of time or history. And I think that the amount of money that we're spending on that is atrocious. I think that we could be investing in America. We could be investing in American people. And instead, we're giving money to Trump donors through their deportation plan.
Well, did you think it was free for Obama to deport over 3 million illegal aliens?
Well, if he was able to do that, and he was able to do that without terrorizing people on American streets, then why is Trump incapable of doing that?
But Obama did this, and it was not all hunky-dory. It was not rainbows and butterflies when Obama was arresting people. The thing is, they were just not transparent about it. This was going on under every single administration. Donald Trump is transparent. He's going to let you see it. And yeah, he's going to get a lot of slack for it, but at least he's showing you how it's done. Obama did the same exact thing, same with Bill Clinton.
Negatively affected by that are people like my children who are now being raised in American cities where violence is normalized, where we have roving gangs of military men. I don't want to live in a country like that.
Gangs?
You shouldn't want to live in a country like that.
Nobody
should live in a...
They do not need to worry about crime, and my children aren't going to have to worry about that because they're following the law, they're following the rules. And if your kids do that, then they shouldn't have to worry either. And I'm sad that you're instilling so much fear in them to the point where they're afraid to walk out on the streets because their mom is making America seem like...
This debate perfectly sums up modern politics. Outcomes don't matter, optics do. Deportations under one president are necessary. Under another, they're violence. The moral standard shifts depending on who's holding the pen, and when facts get uncomfortable, concern for children becomes the safest exit strategy. Next, an ICE protester brings receipts, only to discover his own source says detained, not deported, proving words still matter, inconveniently.
Do you believe ICE is racist in any way?
No.
No, not at all. You don't believe the idea of going around and picking up people who are perceived to be, not actual, who are perceived to be illegal immigrants.
That's not how ICE works. ICE does targeted raids on illegal immigrants. People have been identified to have violated 8 U.S. Code 1325, improper entry by alien, which has been federal code since the 1940s. Prior to that, it was the Immigration Act of 1929, written by a Democrat. Every president has enforced immigration law. It has nothing to do with the color of your skin and everything to do with whether or not you've violated federal law. I personally believe that all illegal immigrants should be deported, whether they're white, brown, black. I don't care. I don't care what religion they practice. I don't care who they worship. I don't care what they do in their free time. If you violated the laws of this country and you are an illegal immigrant, you should be deported. And that's also the position of the federal government.
ICE deports innocent people as well. Not
like who?
just
Like who?
Like who? You want me to name a specific person?
Yeah.
Okay, Abrego Garcia.
Kilmar Abrego Garcia was not an innocent person. He was an illegal immigrant. He was under deportation order. He was also a member of MS-13, whose gang motto is kill, steal, rape, control.
I'll make the claim that 170 U.S. citizens have been detained by ICE.
Yeah, detained, not deported. I support that.
My argument has always been detained, has been deported.
Wait. There's no issue with detaining U.S. citizens, right? Again,
No.
federal agents, ICE agents, are allowed to detain American citizens. They're not being detained for breach of immigration law, nor are they being deported. They're being detained because they've committed an additional law, or they violated an additional law that has been observed by a federal agent. So again, if Ben is an ICE agent and he's actively committing a crime and I watch it, he's still allowed to arrest me, especially if that crime is interfering with Ben, which we have seen an absolute metric load of.
I have two sources here that claim that ICE deported 70 American citizens who are U.S. citizens and have a clean record. Not detained, deported.
They've deported them? Okay, Can I see the source? What is the source?
Pull it up for you right quick. We have ProPublica.org and we have...
Can I read it? Okay. More than 100 U.S. citizens have been held by immigration agents, not deported.
Yeah, that's different.
Wait, you said deported. This says detained.
Accusations fly easily when numbers sound big enough. 100 this, 100 that, until the fine print ruins the moment. It turns out the real conflict isn't racism versus enforcement, but narrative versus reality. And reality, inconveniently, doesn't bend just because you need it to. Then, a calm conversation gets hijacked by a surprise guest who believes yelling louder automatically makes accusations more factual.
You voted for Kamala? Hey, she's a grown woman. She's allowed to talk to me. She's a grown woman, ma'am.
They're not the good guys. I don't get.
Okay, Ma'am, you need to relax a little bit.
Twist it around.
You can check me out if you want.
I'm not zero interest.
Just to be transparent with you, that's all I'm saying.
Have you changed your mind? Have you changed your mind since our president is a trafficker? And he's just the Constitution. Are you down for that?
That's a really big claim. What is your evidence that he's a
Okay, you're probably this too. If you have that thinking, if you will support.
Oh, you don't think being this is a big problem?
It is a big problem.
It's a big problem. So what's your evidence for that?
So why are you supporting
What is your evidence for that?
Because you probably have a racist mindset.
What is your evidence for that?
You're not even white.
You gonna provide that or no?
Back here. Trumper's back here.
Okay.
I'm trying to say you have no soul. There's nothing I can do to help you.
Okay, that's not a good argument. Thank you for your time.
People in the military went against all you just do. You're not even
Wait,
white.
what are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about?
What against me?
Mega's out.
What is going on here?
Notice how quickly policy disappears once labels enter the room. Immigration, law, and governance evaporate, replaced by personal attacks and collective guilt. When politics turns into character assassination by proximity, their goal is silencing anyone who doesn't already agree. After that, a black MAGA woman asks a simple question about racism and gets an answer so vague it basically boils down to vibes.
You believe Trump's racist, right?
Oh, yeah.
So why would all these brown and black people be out here supporting Trump, do you think?
That's something you'd have to ask them. I don't know.
What's one thing that he did to black people that, shows that he's racist?
He's oh God. I mean, his commentary, his words.
What did he say?
What he said when he was at that black journalist dinner. Oh my God, that was the most racist thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I can't.
What did he say?
He was asking the woman to you're not being nice enough to me. I mean, it's just the way he talks down to people, and especially black women.
That's racist? Just saying,
he talks down to black women. Oh my gosh. It's like he was treating her like his slave. It was really awful, I thought.
You think he was treating her like his slave?
That's how it felt to me.
Why would a racist permanently fund HBCUs and minority institutions?
Con man.
Why would...
You're very biased and you're clearly looking for an answer.
But why would a racist do that?
Oh, honey.
Why would he permanently fund HBCUs?
Racism is a serious accusation, so you'd expect serious evidence. Instead, it's all tone, vibes, and interpretive feelings. Millions of minority voters apparently don't count, but one perceived inflection does. At that point, racism isn't being defined, it's being imagined into existence. Meanwhile, a self-proclaimed socialist explains communism, Jesus, racism, and personal grievance, all while accidentally proving none of them are connected.
We should take from people who have and give to people who have not.
So, wait. If you're so sympathetic towards communism and socialism, why don't you go to the countries that,
I live in this city. I don't know what you guys know, but I have to go to Venezuela.
Would you be?
I could just stay right here.
Would you be willing to go to Cuba?
The United Socialist States of America, as they will soon be. Property is less important than human dignity. The rich are not following the way of Christ.
Well, I'm following the way of Christ.
You're not.
Our Lord said, if you love me, keep my commandments. And one of the commandments is, thou shalt not steal. And
the Lord. You said the Lord.
And you're in favor of stealing.
The Lord.
Our Lord.
You came from Canada, buddy, to be here in my city to lecture us about your.
Offensive. Why are you offending him?
Yeah, that's
why am I using foul language?
He's Canadian. They deserve it. They deserve it.
So you're racist against Canadians?
Absolutely. If they're fascists wearing a sash, coming to my campus, waving a big banner.
What is a fascist? Can you define that, please?
The philosophy here is ambitious. Redistribute wealth, quote Jesus, reject accountability, and then excuse outright racism as deserved. It's a bold mix of moral superiority and selective outrage. Compassion for humanity is universal until someone from another country has an opinion you don't like. Not long after, an uncomfortable truth about free healthcare for illegal immigrants meets its natural enemy, refusing to read the article in front of you.
These are the brave men and women that are conducting.
They are not brave. If they've got
very brave.
They are not
taking
brave.
on cartels in the United States. They're very brave.
Taking on cartels.
Oh yeah, they are.
They are taking on gardeners and grandmothers.
They came to the country. They broke into the country. They get free health care, free housing.
No, they don't get
They
free
get in some places
Where
in the
this idea. Nobody gets free health care in this country.
illegal immigrants do.
They do not.
One example: California spends about $9 billion per year on free health care for illegal immigrants. Do you want me to pull it up for you?
Nobody gets free health care in this country. It just says it's not a thing.
All right, we're pulling it up right here. California to spend $8.4 billion this year on health care for illegal aliens. There you go. That is from the Budget Committee, U.S. Budget Committee.
Okay.
Okay. This is just in California. They moved over to them getting actual free health care in California.
Free, not free.
It's not. You're right. You and I agree on that. Cost taxpayers obviously $8.4 billion per year in California.
Some arguments aren't about evidence. They're about maintaining comfort in denial. Present the proof and it's ignored. Question assumptions and you're an intruder. Welcome to politics in the age of selective fact acceptance, where reality is negotiable but ego is non-refundable. Up next, Trump is labeled a fascist. Obama comparisons are rejected outright, and the only compliment available is aging.
Why do you feel Trump is fascist?
Why do I feel Trump is fascist? Why do I feel Trump is fascist? I don't know where to begin and I don't know where to end. He's fascist in that he can command that innocent people be blown up off of boats of a foreign country on high seas without any due process or without any regard for whether or not they are what he says they are doing.
Another very similar parallel to Obama using drone strikes in Yemen and Somalia.
No, I'm sorry, it's not parallel. Anyway, I can see where you're coming from.
Last question for you.
I don't want to hear it anymore.
Can you say one positive thing about President Trump? It's almost the holidays. One positive thing. Yeah.
The one positive thing about him I could say is that he's getting old and decrepit and senile. He's showing evidence of senility. And he is on his way out mentally. He is in a disassembly stage mentally and physically. That's the best, most positive thing I can say about him. And God willing, nobody will impede that progress.
Sometimes the best compliment you can muster is age and declining mental sharpness. Facts, historical context, and nuance are optional. Personal grievances and selective memory carry the day. Politics has become less about ideas and more about venting creatively in public. Then comes the classic call for inclusivity, right up until someone suggests actually hosting the people you're advocating for.
We're a country that's inclusive of all nationalities, all countries, all peoples of the world.
Are you concerned about the 19 countries that he designated?
Yes.
Do you think we should take them in, right?
Yes. They should be vetted and we should take them in, but to just blanketly say no more is terrible.
Can I ask you, would you sign our petition here to stop Trump's racist immigration ban? How many immigrants could you take into your home from third world countries that he blocked?
I couldn't take any. I live
Why
in
not?
Wisconsin.
We can send them to Wisconsin for you. We just need your email address. Do you mind if could we ask you your name and your email, and then how many you'd like?
What do you mean to take in?
Just to take them in, because now they're not going to be able to come to the U.S., but you could invite them into your home and take care of them.
I couldn't do that at this time.
Oh,
Too old.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Some moral positions work best in theory, preferably far away from reality. Ask someone to act on their ideals personally, and suddenly the commitment vanishes. Inclusivity is appealing until it requires effort, responsibility, or actual living arrangements. Then it's optional. Shifting gears, 3 protesters confidently accuse Trump of felonies, only to realize confidence is not a substitute for details.
I don't really like the fact that a felon is our president. I think it's embarrassing.
Yeah. So you would have preferred Kamala Harris?
Yeah, that's who I voted for.
Are there any policies that you guys really care about that Trump is doing that you're against?
Not on top of my head.
No. You just hate him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the felony records. Yeah.
Do you guys know what the charges were?
I know a few of them were for being a pedophile.
Really? Okay, which ones?
I can't think off the top of my head, but I know he not sexually, but like portrayed his own child sexually towards crowds.
And he got charged with a felony.
Not a felony, but it was very obvious that it was built off of other felonies that he had been charged with.
Okay. I would love to learn more about that. Could you go into more depth?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, no. Okay. I look into it here and there.
You did study up on this specifically to do this, and I think that's very unfair because you knew you were going to be here. You knew what you were going to talk about. So you were prepared for this.
I actually asked you what you would grade Donald Trump, and I asked you why so, and you gave me the topic of discussion. I was not prepared. You did not come to me and say, be prepared with this. This is what I'm going to say. No. I asked you, you gave me your topic, and we discussed it based on what you wanted to talk about. I didn't know what you were going to say.
But saying that, you don't know what you're talking about just because you don't remember off the top of your head of exactly what you want to say, I don't think that's necessarily fair.
Well, I didn't say that to you.
No, but that's definitely what you implied.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah.
I don't think it's fair to lie about people with no proof, calling Trump a pedophile, and then saying that illegal aliens are contributing to the economy and that they should have no consequences or anything like that. So thank you guys for your time. I appreciate you. Have a wonderful day at the farmer's market. Next time you go to the farmer's market, make sure you have that packet of information in case someone wants to ask you a simple question.
Right.
Okay, have a good day.
Here we see the true art of activism: accusation without research, indignation without reason, and critique without context. Next time, perhaps pack evidence with your opinions, or just enjoy the applause for dramatic flair. Either way, entertainment value is undeniable. Following that, a debate about illegal immigration ends with mic grabbing, job stereotyping, and a surprise threat of a lawsuit when facts get uncomfortable.
Do you even know what he stands for? Tell me one good policy of his.
Cracking down on the border and wrapping up the worst crisis in American history.
Okay, bye-bye.
The cartels agree with you, miss. They would love no enforcement on the southern border.
Oh, really?
Yep.
That's not the southern border. These are people that... Do you have a housekeeper?
Enforcing...
Do you go to a car wash? Do you have work done on your house?
Yeah. So you need...
Who does that?
You're talking about you need your cheap illegal labor. I'm saying that's wrong to exploit illegal labor.
Okay. Well, who's going to do that labor? Are you?
They need to fast track them to get them to work visas. They need to be here because they're awesome at that work.
So they need to be rewarded for entering the country illegally.
Okay, go.
Does that encourage more illegal immigration? I just asked you for one example of like an American being picked up and deported.
There's plenty. There's plenty.
Could you name them?
No, I can't name them. Can you name some that are picked up that are... why doesn't he go after gang members?
I'm not going to prove your point for you.
He doesn't go after the dangerous people he promised because they're still here. So...
yeah, no, they do go after gang members.
Oh, they do not. That would be too hard. They like to go harass.
You want me to show you some examples of recent ones that have been picked up and deported? New Orleans arrested Percy Oswaldo, a citizen of Guatemala. His criminal history includes a conviction for rape.
Oh, so one. I don't want to contribute to your site, and if I see it, my son-in-law, who's an attorney, will be contacting you. So I did not give
That's
you
not how the
permission.
First Amendment works, ma'am.
Oh, really?
Yes,
So now you're citing amendments?
Well, there's no expectation of privacy in a public setting.
Oh, okay. Well, my son-in-law's an attorney.
Debating immigration policy turns into a live improv show. Facts are optional, moral outrage is mandatory, and mic grabbing is apparently a persuasive technique. When reality clashes with feelings, the natural response is litigation, because threatening lawsuits clearly wins arguments faster than evidence ever could. And finally, personal responsibility is declared unfair after an expired visa somehow becomes a mystery no adult could possibly solve.
One of my ex-boyfriends almost got deported. He was a white Englishman in a high-sector tech job, and he actually almost got deported because of how difficult it is to enter the country illegally. If there were more legal means to enter the country, people
So your boyfriend was an illegal immigrant?
Yeah. He almost got deported because it was so hard to keep his paperwork in order.
Well, do you think that people should have the responsibility of keeping their paperwork in order if they're going to come into our country illegally and then obtain a pathway to citizenship? Isn't that fair?
No, because it is so difficult. He had a lawyer. He was doing everything he could, and they unfortunately gave him the runaround.
So if your boyfriend almost got deported because he couldn't keep on top of things, that's his responsibility.
Well, unfortunately, he had originally entered the country legally, and it expired before he was able to get all the paperwork in line because of how difficult it was.
Okay, so he didn't enter the country
illegally. He didn't enter the country illegally.
Okay.
It became illegal once his paperwork expired.
Yeah. So why did he let it expire?
He didn't let it.
Yeah, he did.
I don't understand how he could have done any better.
Yeah. Did he know the expiration date of his visa?
Yes.
When should adults get personal responsibility, and what situation should they have responsibility in?
Well, the unfortunate thing is that it is very, very difficult to even know some of these deadlines because the courts are so backed up.
Your license literally says when it expires. Your visa and the paperwork that everyone gets who comes here and gets a visa, it says when it expires.
Visa expiration, apparently the ultimate mystery of adulthood. Forms, deadlines, and basic responsibility all vanish in a cloud of confusion. Meanwhile, the solution is literally in front of you, on your own license. Who knew personal accountability could be this dramatic? And that's a wrap. Remember, in these debates, logic is optional, but entertainment is guaranteed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and brace yourself for the next round of chaos.